Well, our expectations is based on common sense, on understanding of the policy of European Union and what we can achieve in our bilateral relations. We never put targets which cannot be reached. Therefore, we never put a target to become a member of EU. We clearly understood and understand that this is not realistic, and it will never happen even if we will do everything what they demand. And the example of Turkey is a great illustration to that. Many countries were adopted in the European Union after Turkey became a candidate, but Turkey was not, only because the population of Turkey are Muslims. And let's be very fair, and we always speak very openly, and to say that Turkey do not correspond to some criteria is absolutely groundless. So that was a factor, and we understand it, and we're also Muslims, so they will never accept us. Then why should we insist? Let us elaborate such a mechanism of cooperation which will be mutually acceptable. And I think that we were very close to that. Very close before recently, when we saw that there are kind of attempts to make a dividing lines in the Southern Caucasus. And that was particularly why we expressed our concern with unprecedented meeting in Brussels of President of European Commission, Secretary of State of the United States, and Armenian Prime Minister. Never in the history of this institution there was a meeting like that with anyone from former Soviet Union. Even with Ukraine and Georgia and Moldova, these kind of meetings didn't happen. But with Armenia, which is a member of Eurasian Union, which is a military ally of Russia, which has Russian military base, Russian border security on their border with Iran, Turkey, and now with Azerbaijan, which is a member of Common Defense Treaty Organization, which is kind of a NATO for this part of the world. And we had legitimate concerns about that, because we had credible information that there was a military component of that meeting, and we still believe that there was. I don't know to what degree it was materialized or not, but it is a serious concern. Plus, we know that the European Union is planning to allocate substantial finance from so-called European Peace Facility. Actually, this is a structure which finances supply of weapons. It is called Peace Facility, but it is not peace, actually. And this is, again, against us. And this is also of concern. So these are the main factors of our concern. And unfortunately, again, Armenia is interfering into our relations with other countries and institutions. My answer would not be full and completely sincere if I don't mention the person whom you mentioned, who will be substituted, the High Commissioner for Foreign Policy, who said that the European Union is a garden and the rest is a jungle. And that was a public statement. And he called all of us a jungle. Africa, Asia, Latin America. And if it was said by, say, a member of European Parliament, even the President of European Parliament, I wouldn't have been surprised, because European Parliament is one of the center of Islamophobia and corruption, which is well known, but it is said by the person who is responsible for diplomacy of European Union. And no one in the European Commission, those who stand higher than him, no one corrected him. No one said, go, Mr. Borrell, and apologize in front of the rest of the world. You call us a jungle, okay? But your garden's trees would have dried out if not for this jungle. So how can we continue business as usual and pretend that we did not hear? We cannot. And we say it, and I say it publicly. So these are fundamental issues. Yes, we have cooperation in energy. They asked us to help when there was a disruption of gas supply from Russia. They came and asked us to help. And in July 2022, just several months after war in Ukraine, we signed declarations. They asked us to increase supply. We said, okay. We started to invest. We wanted to help them, and we still want to help. Anyone who wants to help can rely on us. But we must also see the adequate attitude to us and to seriously assess our concerns. And our concern is actually the security of our country and our people. We suffered from occupation, and Europe turned a blind eye on our refugees. Now they help people who moved from Karabakh to Armenia. I support it. They do a good thing to help them. 60,000 maximum, because the rest were military personnel. But what about 1 million of Azerbaijanis? Why didn't they help them? What was the reason why they did not help them? So these are questions which we ask, and we don't have answer. So again, understanding the geopolitics of the region, we should base our steps on not on kind of expectations and perceptions, but on real situation. But at the same time, I think open discussions with all the partners, including European Union, is necessary. If they want to be more active in the Southern Caucasus, they cannot ignore Azerbaijan, the biggest country with respect to territory, population, and economic potential. If they want to ignore Azerbaijan, they will not be in the Southern Caucasus. This is clear. We are ready for cooperation, but based on mutual respect and mutual interest.